back again. So welcome back, guys. We have a nice fun little match here again today. I'm using a OU team that contains not so many OU mans, but it's more of a fun team for me. Durant is like one of my favorite mans, and trust me, this thing hits like a truck. So we have Durant, Primarina, Volcrona, Hydreigon, Ferroton, and Diggersby. Yeah fam, Diggersby. And he's rocking a Sandslash, Gardevoir, Zorak, Tapu Fini, Hawlucha, and Toxtricity. So I'm gonna lead off with my Diggersby. Yep, Diggersby though. If you guys remember that, that's from Shofu days. So let's lead off with our Diggersby, and let's hope that we have a nice fun match here today. So as we get into this one now, Durant has actually been a staple on my team since Sun and Moon. Like way back in the day, actually before that, since it first came out. Just put a choice ban on it and it hits so hard. So he sends out Sandslash. I lead off with my Diggersby. Just gonna pop a quick U-turn, say hi and bye, get in and out, get out of here. So we go for the U-turn. He's most likely going to set up rocks anyway. So best thing, get a little bit of chip damage and be out here in a jiffy. There goes the U-turn. Probably a 12-15% damage approximately. Ferroton is looking like a good switch here to set up rocks of my own, but I believe the power play would be going straight into Durant and just hitting something with an Iron Head or a X's or something must die. So there he goes, Stealth Rocks. Got those rockers up on my field. Don't like rocks, but hey. Go straight for the Iron Head and let's see what happens here. If he stays in, this thing dies. If he switches, something else dies. So let's see what he decides to do. My opponent withdraws, and in comes Toxtricity. This thing is 4-time resisted, but look at the damage this thing is going to take. Look at this. That's a clean, probably 78%, 78, nearly 80%. So here now, I don't want to take the chance of missing another Iron Head, because trust me, when you've used Durant as much as I have, it's thrown a lot of games. A lot of games have been thrown because of hustle, just missing moves. So I switch, bringing my Ferroton, and that soaks up that overdrive like it was just a nice little massage. Get a little bit of leftovers recovery, and I'm going to looking at his team, he might try to switch, so Thunder Wave might be a good play here, or just set up my rocks. I'm gonna go for Thunder Wave in case he decides to bring in something. Oh, and he stays in and goes for Drain Punch. So this is a mix set. So he has Drain Punch, most likely Boom Burst, Overdrive, and probably Sludge Wave or Volt Switch. Most likely Sludge Wave. So I go for the Thunder Wave and nothing happens because, as we know, it doesn't work. I'll just set up my rocks here since he decides he's most likely he's just going to leave this in. It's not going to switch, so let me get my rocks up. Boom Burst. Look at this. Punk Rock +1 Boom Burst. This thing ain't making no jokes, man. This thing definitely ain't making no jokes. So I get my rocks up, and most likely, I'm sorry Ferroton, but you're just gonna have to stay in and die. You've played your part, thank you very much. And here he goes. Boom Burst takes out my Ferroton, and my opponent takes the lead. Here now I decide, okay, let's bring in Diggersby and clean up. You can either go Earthquake or go Facade. Most likely let's just go facade in case he decides to predict incoming earthquake and switches into Halucha, because Halucha is just a crazy beast. So as Lola comes in, Lola Bunny, we go for the facade, and he stays in and lets his toxicity die. So we have evened out the score 5-5, and one immense threat has already been relegated to the dustbin of time. So here we go. Let's see what he decides to bring in. Hopefully it's not that stinking Halucha. So I don't think this thing one-hit KOs Halucha. So in comes Tapu Fini, setting that lovely Misty Surge, making the place all sweet and pink. Think about here, we should probably switch. Bring in Primarina. I'm actually running a bulky Volcarona, but that thing cannot do anything against Tapu Fini because I'm not packing the Giga Drain. So in comes my Primarina as my opponent decides to go for Scald. I've seen a lot of Primarinas packing Knockoff. I saw a nice set the other day, Knockoff, Nature's Madness, and Brine. I was like, okay, I see you. That's cool. So yes, we go for the Moonblast. Hopefully he stays in, but he switches. So whatever comes in is about to take a Moonblast to the face. And I don't think the Sandslash will be surviving this hit anyways. So thank you for setting rocks early, Sandslash. It's time for you to go as well. Bye bye. And we take the advantage in the lead now at 5-4. So in comes Sleepy Halucha. Okay, this thing definitely can't kill me. At first this thing caught me, but as you will see now, this is not Halucha, this is Zora. And he does about a cool 80% life log. I'm like, shit. I actually calc this after the battle, and it turns out that Zorak does about 60 to 80 something percent. So you probably got a low roll there, and I avoided the KO. But Primarina retaliates with a Moonblast, and that's the end of that story. Zorak is down for the count. In comes his Gardevoir. I'm wondering what kind of set this is, but I decide let's switch in Volcarona here and save my Primarina for Death Fodder. And we shall bring in our Volk again, rocking that lovely Defog, Fiery Dance, Quiver Dance, Double Dance, Volcarona, they might call it, I don't know. So he goes to the Moonblast, Volcarona soaks that up, nom nom nom. The thing I'm fearing here the most now is him switching out and bringing in that Halucha, because with the Misty Terrain setup, that thing gets off its item and unburden that will run through Volcarona like there's no tomorrow. And in comes the Halucha, takes a little bit of damage from Stealth Rocks, and I decided to double out and sack my Primarina to rock. So sorry hun, but something had to be done. So we sack the Primarina to rocks, and that allows us to bring in Durant, our boy Kevin, KD. We're about to hit the field and just decimate, because you cannot allow Halucha to set up on you. That's the worst thing you could ever do when facing these things. One Swords Dance, and majority of the time this thing just runs through the rest of your team. So he has no choice but to go for an attack, and he goes for the close combat, which I live. He's probably adamant or maybe speed nature, but I don't really know the stats. I'd have to go and look it up. But Durant retaliates with the Iron Head, and that is the end of Halucha. In comes Luna again, the God of War. The way he brings this in, I should have expected that this was scarfed and switched, but I decided not to take the chance and I stayed in and poof, mystical fire. And Durant is gone. Sorry, but I could have played that better, Durant. Next time. Don't worry, I got you next time. So there goes my Durant. In comes my Diggersby again, and I will just run Earthquake and mop up anything else with Hydreigon and Volcano. I'm Scarf Diggersby, so if he switches, unless he's max defense Tapu Fini, I don't think he'll take 2 Earthquakes. And if he stays in, this thing is not taking 2 Earthquakes either. This thing is not even taking one Earthquake, and this thing's gone. So he goes to the Mystical Fire, confirming Scarf Gardevoir, and I retaliate with the Earthquake. And that is the end of Gardevoir. And we have a 3-1 lead now. His last Pokemon is Tapu Fini. And we should just keep flinging these Earthquakes, man. I must say this has been one of like the best fast-paced matches I've had in a long while. A lot of people on Wi-Fi like to take a lot of time picking their moves, but I must say this battle was very fast compared to the last sets of battles I've had. Like before this battle, I think about 4 battles I had in a row all went down to like timer. They were like gridlocked. It was tight. But good game to my opponent, Carson. It was a fun match. I'd definitely be battling him again. So thank you guys. Later.